Chapter 14, Working with Strings, Solution Movie 14.1. In this exercise, you'll use what you have learned about enumerations to improve the sample code you created in exercise 12.1. Well, I have conditional.playground open from exercise 12.1, and so I've opened that, so I followed the first step. Step 2 says add an enumeration named month at the top of the code file below the import statement that contains a list of months from January through December. So I'll go to the top here. I'll say enum month, open and close curly brace. Now I can use the shorthand syntax for enumerations and simply list each month separated by a comma. Also case January. So created a list of all the months in the year and completed our enumeration. So step 3 says initialize the month variable to January. So I have the month variable over here, and I can say month.January. So in this case, I've declared the name of the enumeration, followed by January for the month. So you can see all of a sudden I'm getting a lot of compiler errors because the cases need to be changed. So I'll go ahead and do that. Now, because I've declared this month variable be of type of month.January, I can actually use the shortened syntax for enumerations. I don't have to say month.January, month.February down below here. We already know that this is of type month. So I can simply say dot January, dot February, dot March. Okay, so at this point, I have all the values of the month enumeration covered. So I can actually remove the default. So let's go ahead and change this. So instead of saying month.January, we can see that it is saying it's first quarter. We can change this to month.April, and it changes to second quarter. Month.May, also the second quarter. We can say .November, fourth quarter. So this is actually a much better way to configure our case. Rather than having an open integer that can be any value, we can limit the possible values by means of an enumeration. We specify that month is of that type of the enumeration, and then we only have to check for each member of the enumeration. We don't need to default in our switch case statement.